different.
All right.
We're different.
This
breed.
one is. I have a daughter, 14, and dating Laurel, who has 3 kids.
Wait, run that back, because I just got
The
confused.
guy has a 14-year-old daughter.
Okay.
He's dating another woman who has 3 kids: a
Okay.
16-year-old girl, a 15-year-old boy, and an 11-year-old boy.
Okay, around the same age.
Yeah. When we first started dating, she didn't tell me that she has 3 kids. That would have been a deal breaker for me. By the time I found out about her kids, I already had feelings for her. However, I explained to her that I never had any intention of having more kids, and that I wouldn't let our relationship affect my daughter's life.
Okay.
Excuse me. And by that I mean, even if we get married, she will be responsible for her own kids. I'll be responsible for mine, because I can't afford to treat 3 more kids the same as my daughter, and she agreed. Now that we moved in together, brackets, because of financial issues, we had to, otherwise she'd become homeless. Our problems started. Right. I gave the guest room to her kids, but she thinks I should let her daughter share with my daughter. I said absolutely not. My daughter hates sharing, and I won't force her. She thinks I'm the asshole, and I should at least give the smallest room to my daughter and let the others share the room, which again I don't want to.
But it's his house.
I think everybody's an asshole here, but I'm gonna go.
I'll say this is.
I'm gonna let you go, because you're gonna say bullshit. I'm not even gonna argue you today.
So she hid that she had kids.
I don't know if I hid, but she let him know that she has like 3 kids
later on.
Later on.
After
he already
when
had
he
feelings.
said that he didn't want to date somebody with kids, it's a deal breaker. Who the fuck are you? You have
He
your
didn't
own.
tell her he didn't want to date anybody with kids. He just said it's a deal breaker for him.
Yeah, that's what I'm
But
saying.
then he found out that she has kids.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So first of all, if you have a kid and you're out there in the dating world, if somebody else has a kid, that should not be a deal breaker, because who the fuck are you think you are?
Well,
That you're better than somebody that doesn't have kids. 2, now I do think the woman is crazy for like that should be the first thing you say to somebody when you go out. Hey, I have 3 kids. Be respectful of other people. So she's red flag from day one right there from her. Just even hiding her kids, because if I have a kid and I was single, first thing I'll tell people is like, hey, I'm a proud father. I wouldn't be fucking saying, oh, and then be like, hey, there's a little fucking mini Isam here, or whatever.
Again, it's not that she didn't tell him. She
Okay.
just told him a couple dates in.
Exactly, because she's trying to like lure him in. 2, 3, it's his fucking house, so fuck off. Like if he's giving you the fucking living room, be thankful, because you could have been homeless. So you want his kid to share her room that she had for all her years, to bring your little fucking daughter? Nah, he gave you guys a guest room. Enjoy it, and plus they're not kids. Like by the time like what, a couple more years they're going to college. Fuck off.
Well, the girl is gonna be out in 2 years. The boy out in 3. All that shit.
Yeah.
Anyway,
And you want the daughter to
so
share her room? Imagine you had
me-
your room for the past 14 years, and then somebody just shows up. You're like, I'm gonna take half of this. Get the fuck out of here.
I think
Fuck
everybody
outta
is an
here.
asshole here, and the kids have nothing to do with this.
Yeah, exactly. Kids have nothing to do with this. That's
Yeah,
true.
the kids have nothing to
That's
do with
fair.
this.
That's
So
fair to
let's
say
keep
that.
them out of this,
That's fair to
right?
say that,
Because
sure.
again, if I was a kid, I would not want to share too. I've told my parents all the time is that you guys can, not be together, but if you guys get remarried and have other kids, fuck them kids.
Yeah.
I told all the time. I said, fuck them kids.
Yeah.
Anywho, so I think everybody. By the way, you're exhausting to listen to sometimes,
Why is
and
that?
this is why I'm not gonna argue with you anymore. Because
Oh, that's right.
some of the shit you say is fucking wild.
How is it
Like,
wild?
You don't connect.
How is it wild?
Like you don't connect topics and issues together. But anywho, I'm not gonna.
What
go
are you
back.
talking about?
You say everything. All of your opinion is very like one side. Is very like
It's not-
one sided.
You're really bothered about the brother thing.
It's not the brother
You're
thing.
really
It's
bothered.
your reasoning behind it, bro. It makes no.
You're crazy, son. You just said that you would not help out your sister because of your wife.
If my wife in that situation, my wife is.
She's bugging.
Bro, you don't. That's not the point. Your
Crazy.
job when
You're
we read this,
crazy.
your job is to answer the letter as it's written, not to make your own
But
assumptions.
this is not
You'd
even
be a
like
terrible
real.
witness in a jury. You know that, right?
Nah, because
I hope you never get.
You know
called
why
for
I'll be a
jury
terrible.
duty. You'd be
Actually, I'll tell you.
absolutely
Actually,
not
you're
witness,
right.
Sorry, you'd be a terrible juror.
No, actually, you're
You're
right.
making your own
I would
fucking
be definitely a
assumptions.
bad witness because I don't snitch. Cause
Not a witness, a juror.
I don't
mean.
snitch. Cause
When people put this out, you're supposed to judge it on the information. If they lie, whatever, that's their fucking
yeah,
problem.
but that's like it's
Stop
useless
making
though. It's
assi-
fucking dumb as fuck.
Bro, it's supposed to be jokes and random shit. This is why I tell
This
you
is
every
not-
time I
this is
ask you a
dumb.
question, you give me some deep, depressing life answer. I don't want to hear that. I want to laugh.
First, a bitch lied about her kids.
The fuck is
A
wrong with
bitch
you?
lied about her kids. She's about to get homeless. The guy let her move in, and all of a sudden she wants to change shit
So-
around the house. Fucking stupid, son. Dumb.
My answer to this.
Fuck out of here.
My answer to this. First of all, I think both of y'all are assholes, right? First one, right? I actually don't think she's an asshole for waiting a couple dates before telling
She
the
is.
person she has kids.
She is.
I don't think you should
red
be
flag right
entitled
there.
to say that.
That
shit.
should be a red flag right there.
First reason why. Let me go for first reason why I think she's an asshole, and then I'll go to his.
Wait, hold up. Before anything, you said that you're not mad at her for not mentioning the kids till later on.
Like a couple dates, yeah. I don't
So
know how far off, but
okay.
if it's like, waiting 2-3 dates, I want to know you're not crazy before I can start mentioning more details about my life.
That's crazy to me.
You don't think like 2-3 dates?
No, first date. The first thing should come out of your fucking mouth. About,
That should be before. That should be while we're texting.
Yeah,
it's either while we're texting or you wait a couple dates. Don't tell me on the first.
If you
date.
wait a couple of dates to me, it's like, what else you're hiding? What else you're fucking hiding?
I think as a parent, some parents, I've heard different, but some parents are like, I don't think I should tell on the first date.
You should.
It just depends.
You should be telling.
So I don't think that's an issue, right? Having 3 fucking kids.
Yeah. It's not an issue having the kids.
Like
it's not. It's not the kids.
Yeah.
It's just that
not saying about them.
To me, it's more of like, what else you're hiding?
I don't think it's that deep.
It's that deep.
Because now the second part, when he says, by the time I found out she had kids, I already had feelings for her. However, I explained that I never had any intentions of having more kids and I wouldn't let our kids affect my daughter's life. My guy, you are absolutely delusional in this. This person, not you. I mean, my guy talking to him.
Oh, I thought you were talking to me.
No, talking to him.
Yeah.
You are absolutely delusional. If somebody has a 14-year-old daughter, you should know having not just one kid involves, like as a parent, revolves around them. Having 3, your life is definitely going to revolve around them. So you should have, from the very beginning, telling her I'd never had any intentions of having more kids, or telling her I won't let our relationship affect my daughter's life, even if we get married, means absolutely fucking zero. That's have true. Kids. Kids will affect and your life, whoever's life around you. Like you're lying to yourself in this one.
100%.
So that's one delusion. 2, I know I said, well, I'm going to start with her, but I'm going to just continue with him. The second one, you should have also planned that, like, one day, if I like her and stick around enough, I'm going to have to, if anything happens to her or me, you might have to ask her to help you out. She might have to ask you to help her out. And those kids are going to be a part of it. If you lose your job and this is the person you've been dating for 2 years, wouldn't you ask them at some point, like, hey, could we crash at yours for a couple nights, whatever, so I get that's already the backup plan. You didn't think of plan B, right? You should have known that if anything happens to her and vice versa, she has 3 kids, now you have to be looking after 4. Mm-hmm. You should have grown a pair and cut this off from the very beginning if it's as important to you as you say it is.
Yeah.
Right? So this is where you're kind of an asshole. So now that she needs help and you've chose to stuck around and you're like, oh, I had to help her because of financial issues or else she would have been homeless. My guy, you're not the victim here. She's still the victim. You chose to be with her, right? And when you choose to be with somebody, you help people out when they're in need if you care for her the way you said you cared about her.
Yeah.
Right? So you cared enough to let the whole kids thing slide, but not enough when it came here. Now, she's an asshole for asking him, like, I don't see fiance, I don't see, husband or, wife in this. So I'm just going to assume you guys are still just been dating for a long time, right? You are kind of the asshole for asking.
For not asking, she's demanding.
Well, for demanding, excuse me. For demanding.
To change the shit around the house.
That's really, like, dude, you should know your kids, like, shouldn't have to share. Like, yeah, it's not nice. It's not right.
Not the kids share. The kids have nothing to do with this. For even thinking that you have the right to change anything about the house. It ain't your house.
You have the right to ask. You just don't have the right to be upset about it.
Not even asking.
No, you have the right to
ask.
No,
you don't.
Islam.
No, you fucking don't. Do you pay rent?
You
no.
telling me you can't
shut the fuck up.
There's a difference between ask and demand, my guy.
Doesn't matter. You can't ask.
Bro, you're a parent.
It's rude.
If you care about your kids enough. Bro, we've been fucking for a year and a bit.
Nah, son.
You've been fucking this person for a year and a bit. You've been all up and insider fucking. You can't ask like, hey.
Fuck no, she can't ask for shit.
So you're telling me if you were with somebody else, can be like, hey, Islam.
Yeah.
I know it's an inconvenience.
Okay.
Do you mind if if our daughters like share a room?
How many daughters are we talking about?
Just the one. My daughter and yours, just to share the room.
Okay. Why do you say like so? She has a daughter and I have a daughter.
They just want them to share a room. So there's I guess 2 rooms, right?
Okay.
There's the daughter's room and the guest room. The guest room has the 2 boys and the girl.
Okay, how we're talking about how old?
They're both, the girl is 16, her daughter's 16, my daughter's 14.
Figure it out, dude. My daughter comes first. Figure it out.
Bro, you are so fucking disrespectful. You're going to be
Figure
single
the fuck out.
If you have this, you know what, Assam? Go to Philistine and buy your wife, because that's the only way you're ever going to get loved. I promise you. This is why, if you remember like episode 3 or some shit like that, I said I have zero respect for the way for the way our people like get married and have relationships and shit like
Why
that.
did you say bye, bitch?
Just go to
First of all-
Philistine and go
first
buy
of
your
all-
wife. Go to
first of all,
Lebanon. Go to
side
Lebanon and
note,
just snatch
You
one.
don't go to the Philistine and buy girls, okay? I was
Well,
gonna
you
say
don't go to
something about-
Philistine at all because you can't. but-
Okay, okay, that's true. But they're not for sale there, okay? Don't fucking listen to this fucker over here thinking that they're out there for sale.
You were
They're
telling me
very-
you were just gonna go pick one, or have your mom go pick one for you, like she's a fucking strawberry in the field.
Hey,
Yeah,
yo,
call my mom. Mom
I
just
did not say that.
Mom,
I
bring me
did
the
not say that.
bring
You're
me
a
the catalog.
fucking liar. I did not say that. I
You
said
did.
I might go traditional, and you just open the Philistine.
And
I could go to
traditional means going into the field and picking one out like a
No.
fucking apple.
traditional. Can be like my aunt can go to Lebanon.
I wonder if there's Vogue
and find me a
Palestine for
wife.
wives. Is there like a Vogue Palestine for wives?
Wait, like a Vogue.
Vogue magazine, but like Palestine edition for wives. Do they have that? Vogue
No,
Middle
we're on
East.
Vogue though.
They don't have Vogue Middle East.
No, I don't
El
think
Middle
so.
East?
No, maybe in Lebanon.
Oh yeah, Lebanon. They were literally talking about you could just
No,
go.
but there is.
You
there,
can just go pick
no,
one.
but there is.
Our friend was literally talking about you could just go pick one up, go to her dad's house, and be like,
Yeah.
"I want this one. I want to marry it."
No, I mean traditional is like the family's involved.
Again,
in
hence
everything.
I have no respect.
No, but
for the
there is
way-
Arab dating apps.
If this is, I'm talking about somebody who I have Muzmatch, bro. Fuck that.
Muzmatch?
Muzmatch. Bro,
No,
fuck
it's
that.
called Salams.
No, there's more. Muzmatch is one of them. I
No,
think.
no, I know two of them. I know Salams and Baklava. I'm not kidding. You know, I've never heard of Baklava. You never heard of Baklava?
There's an app called Baklava.
Dude, it's fire.
Is that where you go pick out the snacks?
Nah.
The haram snacks?
No, no, Baklava is dope, dude.
No.
It's-
Baklava.
Actually,
the
you know what's
dumbest
crazy
app.
too? Because it's mostly for Arabs and it's actually kind of funny because they always ask you like questions that you can.
You guys are exhausting.
Listen, bitch, listen. So I actually shout out to Baklava app because they
Oh,
actually
fuck
came
that.
out. This is really good shit. We should
Fuck
get.
all of you.
They should.
bro.
We should reach out to them.
You guys are absolutely fucking crazy.
No.
I cannot.
But you know what's crazy is
I
that
can never marry anybody from the Middle East or Africa.
and the Baklava
or
app
at least
sometimes
nobody with the traditional
listen,
values.
bitch. And the Baklava sometimes
give a fuck.
sometimes you see like people from the Latin world because they want to marry to the Arab world, so they actually get on that app. So
Oh.
it's not gonna just be a lot of Arabs. Sometimes you meet people from
Muzmatch was,
you know,
Muzmatch was- when I found out-
Argentina. You meet people from Mexico that they get on the app and they let people like, oh, I'm into the Arab culture. So yeah, it's cool. There's
That's
converts
fine.
there.
But yeah, as I'm just from. I'm not gonna bring up any more. Am I the assholes like this? Just because.
Because I'm saying facts.
No, because you're talking delusional, and I promise you, you need to just go home and have some. Just call your mom and have somebody pick one for
No,
you.
let me
Call
say-
your
let me
aunt and
say
have
it.
somebody, because there's
No,
no way
I
you're gonna
think if-
find love.
No, I think for the scenarios for me is that if I had a child and I was dating and she has a child, obviously for me it's a little bit different because if I decide to spend my life with this woman and she already has a kid as much as I had a kid,
Mike,
what's it called? I know for a fact that when I marry that person, that kid is gonna be mine as well. So obviously I'm gonna have them share the room and split the stuff like that. But if I was in a situation as the one that you
we're
read,
just talking
bullshit.
short term. You wouldn't even if you cared about this person, somebody
Yeah.
you care about.
Yeah.
you wouldn't let them just ask. You don't have to say
They don't-
yes.
they don't wouldn't
you
have
could
to.
just come back.
I'll tell
and-
you why they don't have to ask because I would have taken
Bro,
care of it.
desperate times call for
Listen,
desperate
no,
measures.
shut the fuck up. You're not letting me talk. Because if I'm marrying a person, she had a kid, and I already had a kid, she doesn't even have to ask because if I only had 2 bedroom, automatically they're gonna have to share the room. So I wouldn't even put her in a situation to ask you, fuckface, because I would have been 10 steps ahead of her. Now, if I was in the situation that you bullshitted Reddit in, and I had a child, and she pulled up with 5 fucking kids, and all of a sudden she 3 kids, and she didn't have a job, and she needed a place to stay. Of course, I'm gonna take care of it because I'm dating this person. But when she starts asking and demanding I've changed this, I'm like, whoa, this is my place.
I never said the problem.
That's the
was-
difference.
The problem was only reason I called her an asshole is because she demanded. I
That's
said
what I'm
she
saying.
could have asked, you said no, and then she would have dropped it. I would have
Yeah,
been like,
don't
that's
ask, though.
fine.
No, don't ask though. It's weird though. Like it's not your fucking place.
You're supposed to be you're supposed to be seeing this person for a long time and comfortable enough to have basic conversation like this. If you're not comfortable enough being just
Yeah.
a little bit vulnerable and asking what is still it's an embarrassing, uncomfortable
Or,
situation. Nobody wants to be this.
But that shouldn't be your biggest
That's
problem.
not-
Your biggest problem should be get your fucking ass on the feet and keep working.
Bro, nobody said she's not. It's like, listen, I got 2 weeks before I
Sure.
move into my new place. Can these bitches stay over? Cool.
Yeah, but you're not gonna share a room for 2 weeks. I'll be like, yo, figure it out.
You won't even let her fucking ask. I would have
No.
asked, and if
Nah.
she could have asked me, I would have been like, my daughter really don't like sharing.
I'd
And
be like,
then
well-
she should have been like, that's cool, no problem, we'll figure it out.
No,
Problem
because
solved.
she wants to see if he cares about her kids. That's why. Bro, you don't know.
This is why I don't want. This is why I don't
Fuck
ask
you
you
talking about,
no fucking no fucking questions.
You don't,
no
you don't know
more.
what the fuck you're talking
Because
about.
you
bro.
don't. You got zero respect for the people in your life. I'll tell you this. I think you actually. I think Azam. I think in real life, if the situation comes up,
Yeah.
I think you wouldn't be like this. I think you just like to talk big, so people on the podcast think you're a big boss at Assam, and yeah, he a real G, and all the Andrew Tate fans will love you. I think you talk this talk, but you can't back it up. When time comes up, you're gonna be a real softy
Yeah, that's true.
in figure and emotion.